All right, y'all, what's up? This is Evan from Handheld Classics, and I just wanted to go ahead and just put together a showcase video of my updated 2 TB build. This is hands down the best 2 TB build that is out there on the market, so I just wanted to just go ahead and just put it out there for the people. This is going to work for any Windows handheld that is out there. So the ROG Ally, the ROG Ally X, the Windows version of the Legion Go and the Legion Go S, the MSI Claw, the GPD Win 4 and 5. Even if you have like some of the tablets out there, like the Z1 Flow, basically anything that is Windows and has enough power to run the stuff that's on here, you're going to be good to go. The only thing that I would say is that make sure your SD card slot works before you make a purchase. Obviously, there's a lot of ROG allies out there with dead SD card slots, so this is all running off of a 2 TB SanDisk SD card. Yeah. Other than that, let me just show you what's on this card. We are on the latest version of Retrobat. This is the latest stable version as of, I believe, a couple of days ago. And I am recording this video Sunday, October 5th. So yeah. And just to, I guess we can just show y'all there's no updates, right? Because we're on the latest version as of now. Um Let me just go ahead and just clean out all the artwork and stuff that I'm not using. All right, let's just get right into it here. So this is the main folder. I'm not gonna go every single one, but let me just scroll through it. Every single game has artwork and videos. Well, let me not say every game. Every game has artwork. It might not have a video, but 95% of everything has artwork and videos. Techno Parrot. There's only one game for Techno Parrot. I literally just added it just to make it, a proof of concept. Because obviously there's going to be a lot of people who buy this and want to add their own stuff to it. So I just wanted to make sure that the Techno Parrot emulator is all up and running and configured. And I do have one game running there for y'all. So if y'all want to go ahead and tinker with that, you can. But this game does boot. So let me just go ahead and boot into it just to show y'all that the emulator is up and running. Techno Parrot does take a while. Here we go. So as you can see here, it's all working. And then you can just exit right back out. And also I'll load a main game up too here just to show you that main work. I'll load every single system just to show you that it's all working. But this might be a long video, but yeah. All right, so you can see that all that's working here. And then yeah, you can just exit right back out, right? So Atari Atari 2600. Go ahead and load up a game. All right, so y'all can see that's working. I'm gonna just speed run through this. I know a lot of the stuff nobody really cares about Atari, but I do just want to show that everything on this card is already pre-configured and everything is working out the box. So all you gotta do is just buy the SD card and just plug it into your system. All right, so we got that working. Atari 5200. And I'll just pick a random game as well. I know the last time I made a video, people was like, "Well, you only picked the game from the beginning. How do we know that other games won't work?" Like, like whatever. But all the games work, yo. So Atari 7800. Right. Atari Lynx. All right, so we got that working. Atari Jaguar. I think I saw Doom, right? Let me show y'all that Doom's working. All right, it's all working. Wonder Swan. I don't even know what a Wonder Swan is, but it's on here. All BIOS, all BIOS is already pre-configured. So again, you don't have to do anything. It's already done for you. Every single BIOS for every single emulator is already configured. Like I said, this is hands down the best build on the market. I know a lot of sellers they really just they just go to arcade punks, bro. I'm gonna just tell y'all, I'm gonna just keep it real, yo. They might be mad at me for leaking the sauce, but I don't care. They just go to arcade punks, bro. That's all they do. So they download the free builds from arcade punks. They put their logo on it and they say, it's theirs. But shout out to arcade punks though. All right, so that's working. CPF2. Yeah, this is gonna be a long video because we didn't even get to the good stuff yet. So I just want to show that everything on this card is working, and yeah, that's what we're doing. Actually, I can show y'all all the cave games. I got the whole cave collection here, and it's in its own spot. I know nobody got this game on their build. I know they don't because it took a while for me to get this working. So I know they didn't do it. Japan only game. I don't even know what a ColecoVision is, but it's on here because somebody requested it. So if y'all request it, I'm gonna put it on here for y'all. In a television. All right, so yeah, so y'all see it works. I don't know too much about the Intellivision, so I'm not even going to get into most of it, but it's all here. I just gotta get through. I gotta get through all of the old stuff first, but okay. Now, this section here, this is actual PC games. Okay. So this is a very big section. I believe there's well, you can see right here. There's 74 games in this section. But these are the actual PC games. They are not emulated. They're the actual Windows versions of these games. Okay. Now this, I do just want to let y'all know that this is a actual game downloader. So if you know, you know. I'm not gonna get too much into it, but it does work.
This is Stan's house.
And yeah, so that's my PC section. Again, I just try to put a lot of the popular indie games, some of the popular fan games on there, and then just some, some cool AAA games as well. I just try to get a pretty good collection. But yeah, those are all the window games that are on the 2 TB build as of right now. Yes, Xbox 360 does work, and yes, Saints Row 2 does work. I'll load into it. All the DLC, everything is already installed. I think this is the first time I tried to load the 360 emulator on this computer, so that pop up came up. Ugh, all these pop ups. Oh no. Just the beginning. I think it did that because it was the first time, yeah. Yeah, the game worked. It was the first time that it loaded up on this particular computer that I'm recording on. So, but the game does work. And here go the other games on here too. And I'll load another game just because I don't like that error popped up. So, but the Xenia emulator is very finicky. So, but I'll load another game just to show you that it is configured. Everything does work. All right. So that's 360. So again, I'm not gonna have the whole entire library for some of these newer emulators. These are just proof of concepts because again, I know that once the customer gets the SD card, they're probably gonna want to add their own games. So I just want to make sure that every emulator is up and configured. So if you do want to go ahead and add your own 360 games or your own, whatever games that the actual emulator is configured, all you gotta do is just drag and drop your games into the to the right places. I don't know what I did. Let me try to boot into it again. Yeah, I just pressed the wrong button. All right, it worked. Game and Watch does work, but the controls are so finicky that I don't want to load the game. But it does work. I just want to take my word for it. I don't think nobody cares about Game and Watch anyway. But the entire NES collection, which I know, nobody really cares about the old stuff, but we're just going through it. We gonna get to the good stuff, I promise. Game Boy. Super Nintendo. Virtual Boy does work. I don't know whoever's gonna play it, but it works. All right, so here's the GameCube. All right, so we're starting to get into the good stuff now. So let me just go through the GameCube list.
do is hit your players. I mean, hard every day.
So yeah, this is something that I just added very recently. The NFL Street Reborn mod. Shout out to the people who made that, but this is working. All right, and that's the GameCube list. I'll go ahead and load it up. Make sure y'all can see that it's working. Game Boy Advance. I do have a lot of the Pokemon ROM hacks on here, the popular ones, so I'll show y'all those. Not all of them have artwork though. Like I'll probably add some custom artwork for these too. I think these are like very recent, but one of these is Emerald Sea Glass. Let me see which one it is. Yeah, this is Emerald Sea Glass. So let me actually fix that while I'm actually recording this so I can show y'all. And then we try to see if it pulls it up. Yeah, see? Alright, so I just wanted to show y'all. So those are all the Pokemon ROM hacks and all the Pokemon games that's on the GPA section. But yeah, it all worked. It all worked. DS. I'll go through the whole DS section here. I won't fast through.
find the utmost.
All right, and that's the whole DS section. So let me just load it up, make sure y'all can see that it's working. All right. Now, now for Wii, the only games that I have added for Wii are games that actually have classic controller support. I didn't think it made sense for me to add Wii games that y'all are not actually able to control because it has motion controls. So all of the Wii games that I have on here, they all work with standard controllers on your handheld, so you're all good to go. And yes, Super Mario Galaxy 1 and Super Mario Galaxy 2 does have the classic controller patches already installed. So let me just show y'all. Oops, I shut it down, my bad. I think because I'm actually on a desktop recording this and I'm not on my ROG Ally. Yeah, the controllers. It works, but right now I'm actually using a DualShock 5 to actually record this. So and I probably just have to go in there like and reconfigure it. But this is configured for my ROG Ally, and this is configured for basically all handhelds. So you can see here the classic controller, all that is set. So you're all good to go. 3DS. Try to speed this up a little bit. I didn't even know we was recording for 36 minutes. We still got to get through all of the Sony systems. Okay, so this was the first time that I launched the emulator on this computer. So that pop-up came up. Hold on, y'all. There we go. I don't know if y'all can see it because yeah, the overlay popped up. So let me see if it does that for all 3DS games. Yeah, see, the overlay doesn't actually appear on the recording, but the games work. All right. Wii U. All right, the switch. So, look, y'all. I have a lot of Switch games on this build. So, however y'all feel about that, is how y'all feel about that. I'm not here to, you know, say anything about it, but this is what I have. So, yeah.
Stay focused. 1000. Drive with the brake shift. His basic attack is a photon laser gun that ready?
I don't know why this one don't got artwork.
Controlling the pace here. He shuts down that. We have been expecting you.
capable of corny.
I'll strike first.
All right, so it all works. I'm not going to actually load any games on the video, but they all work. Engage, again, proof of concept. I just have it on there. Pinball. Thomas Ware. I'm gonna just go through all of these now because we still got to get to the Sony systems, and we're already like 45 minutes in. So this is the M2 from the arcade. I put it into its own section. I do think some of these games still appear in the main section as well, but 32X, same thing with 32X. I think these games actually appear in the Genesis section, but I do have it in its own thing. Sega Saturn. Actually, I'll go through the Sega Saturn list because I know a lot of my customers, they're actually pretty big Sega Saturn fans. They do be requesting certain games on Sega Saturn. So I do have a couple exclusives on here. So I'll actually go through the actual Sega Saturn list here.
Jackson. Really on fire. Pass two.
All right, so that's all the Saturn games. I'll load it up, make sure y'all can see that it works. All right, so I'm realizing the overlays do not get recorded in the video, but they all the games work. All right, Dreamcast. So that's all the Dreamcast games. Now, again, y'all might be asking, well, you know, where's Sonic Adventure? Where's Marvel vs. Capcom? Where's Power Stone? Again, the whole point of this card is to have exclusives per system. So I added the best versions to their respective systems. So Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 is in the GameCube section. And as far as Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and 2 and Power Stone 1 and 2, again, that's all the way back in the PC section because the collections came out. So I'll go back and show y'all those. So we have the fighting collection here that has all of the Power Stones, and then we have the Marvel vs. Capcom collection right here. So, but yeah, so you know, all of the games that you expect to be here are here in one shape or another. But yeah, I got a complaint like, well, where's Sonic Adventure? I'm like, it's in the GameCube section, bro. The GameCube section here. So I got y'all, man. I got y'all. All right. So where were we at? We was on Dreamcast. So let me just load up a Dreamcast game. All right. So that works. All right. Triforce. It all works. I got the F-Zero on here, and I got the 2 arcade Mario Karts. So I'll load it up to just show y'all that it works. All right. So you can see that we got that working right there. I don't even know what this system is. Shark. I ain't even gonna go through these. I don't even think nobody cares about these, but I'm not really gonna go through all of these. All right, we got Neo Geo. I'll load up a Neo Geo game. All right, so we're getting to the end of the card. Here's all of the Sony systems. So let's just start with the PlayStation. As you can see, there's 91 games on the PlayStation. So let's go through them.
Comes through in a carry. Comes through in a
All right, that's all the PS1 games. I'll load it up. Oh, we're getting into an hour. Damn, it's a long video. Okay, PS2 section, 145 games.
let's go.
All right, so that's all the PS2 games. PSP. PS3.
All the talk is done. It is simply time.
Yes, I have God of War 3. Yes, it is on here.
Put you in a nice peacoat like the rest of my boys.
All right, so that's the PS3 section. I'll load up God of War just to show y'all that it's working. All right, now I'll be completely honest. God of War probably doesn't work on every single system that's out there. I personally have a ROG Ally Z1 Extreme model. So that is the system that I test out all of my builds on. So if you have a system with weaker specs than that, obviously some of these games might not run in your system. but that actual SD card will run on your device. And then obviously, you just might not be able to play some of the very, very high, high end games that are on this build. But yeah, God of War 3 works. PS Vita. Just want to show that Vita does work. I don't think no SD cards out on the market. None of that I saw has Vita, so I actually do have a couple of Vita games on here. Is it loaded? I think it's still loaded. I might gotta go and look into this, make sure why it's not working. Oh, well, there you go. What? It must be something with my computer. Cause it works on my ROG Ally. Let me try a different game. Okay. I'll look into the other game. So that's the one game that didn't load. I'll try to figure that out. All right, so yeah, I just wanted to show you that Vita is working, and that's it. So it would be the very last system where one game doesn't work, right? I actually think that it's because I'm using this computer, a lot of the stuff that I'm launching on this computer for the first time. So that game does work on my ROG Ally. So yeah, I wouldn't be really too concerned about it. But that's the whole entire 2 TB build. If you have any requests, I will definitely add the request to that build. But yeah, I wanted to get this video made because the holidays are coming up. So I know a lot of people are going to be getting new systems. Go ahead, order your SD card from your boy. I'll get this shipped out right to you. 100% plug and play. Everything is already configured for you. All you got to do is start gaming. All right, I'm out of here.